Right then, there have been some changes to canals, so we are going to have a look at them. I've loaded up the map. I have not had a look around, so this is the first time I'll be seeing these changes. So I understand that this has changed. So there's no ladder here anymore, and I believe you can't jump over this either, right? Yeah, so they've put a fence here, so the CTs cannot jump over this anymore. So this flank is no longer a thing. Up these stairs. This box has been taken away here, so this is more normal, if you will. To be honest, I think the structure that was here was didn't have, like, if you're coming out of here or coming up here, I think that the structure that was here was horrible. So I'm glad that's gone. This seems the same. We'll move through later. So this has been simplified. You still have a deep angle here. Ooh, you even have this. So okay, so this is still here. Still wall bangable. Ooh. To some degree. Okay, don't know what happened there. Okay, so the bomb site is similar. I know there is a skill jump, so this area here is still here. Okay. How do you get up there? There must be a way. Oh. Okay. Okay, so this is cool. I like the changes here. The ladder change, I guess this is for spawn timings. I don't really care about that too much. I think it's probably good for, like, for matchmaking purposes, you know, have a guy, even with an auto, just post up here, and it's very difficult to get across without investing in the utility. You still can't see weapons in the water here, which I don't think is good. You can't see them at all. I think that's bad. So that's something they should think about. But yeah, the spawn timing up here. I do actually play canals, although very rarely now, because if you solo queue canals, you'll play versus people who probably are like canal globals, and you'll have random people on your team. A lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time. But don't let that discourage you. There's more to life than rank, and you're not guaranteed to lose anyway. So these windows have been closed off. So all the nerdy corners I found were all nerfed already. So coming out here, I don't think this existed before, right? So there were stairs going up here, which they removed, and they've added these stairs here instead. Oh, excuse me. So instead of running across the bridge, there is this alternative route now. So this is interesting. This changes things because the CTs can get up here. Ooh, I wonder about the spawn timing actually. For running up here, it's pretty much unobstructed. So to get an angle here, this changes the situation. That's interesting. Okay, I like this. So yeah, this could or should have been somewhat suicidal to run, but the CTs can get up here now. So I feel like the design of the map previously was essentially almost like a retake B situation for the CTs. However, if I remember correctly, I think the CTs could hold this area. So the important thing, I think the theory was to fight from here. So you don't necessarily need to be standing here in control of this, because I mean it's still very difficult to plant the bomb. You know, so I mean look at these choke points. This is like ideally you want to plant the bomb there, but I mean, how do you get there in the first place? You know. So I thought it was interesting the way it was before. Now it's just different in a. I mean, it's interesting in a different way. So I don't know spawn timings, but I think this might be an angle to hold with an AWP, for example. So I just think the CTs have more options early round at this point. So you might have T's holding an angle on the window, like, am I running out of snipers? Like here, for example. Like here. So somebody runs past, just pop them. I'm curious because do the CTs? I wouldn't be surprised if the CTs could get to here, for example, and in the absence of a boost and these two positions essentially being the same area, if the CTs can get here first, I'll actually do a test. Let me see. Oh, let me just restart it again because there's no countdown. I wonder if you boosted somebody there, if it would be faster than this way. So let's say like here. So that's basically 15 seconds. I think I might need to kill all the bots. So we said 15 seconds on the T side. Oh, we've got good time. So let's say about here. That's like 10 seconds or something. So the CTs could even post up beyond that. So it seems the CTs will have this area, and that changes things because if the CTs can get to here in about 10 seconds, and you don't snipe them, like if these stairs actually might just help. Like if I'm jumping past. Maybe I get legged or something, I don't know. Or even use a smoke. So the CTs get to about here in 10 seconds. I mean, I would say that this is a pretty strong angle, you know. Or if I, let me just see, if I stand like this, no. Okay, so this changes things, but obviously because before the CTs would have to fight from here, as I said, and now it seems that they could get aggressive with an M4 or whatever from this position. And you could even have a trade fragger here. You could even have actually, you could mix it up. You could have a rifler there and have an AWPer here, because out of here, you can't trade the AWPer if he's in this position. And what's most interesting is, as a T, how you can't pop flash this. You can only really deploying flashbang. Flash it like that. Let me see where I went. Flashbang. Yeah, that's good enough, but it's not. You know, it's clunky. Throwing flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, you're not going to get a true pop flash here. I mean, that doesn't matter so much. You can consider it like cobblestone long A when the T's bounce a flash off the wall. You know it's coming, but it's still difficult to defend it. So that's not the end of the world. It's just establishing what is good and what isn't good. It makes this whole area very challenging for the T's, because it allows for aggression from the CTs, and the T's will have to expend utility, because even if this is safe, like this is a dangerous peak, right? You're going to need to expend utility for this, and even if you expend utility for this and this at the same time, like it's simply a matter of M4, or even, you know. Like for the AWP, because you hear it coming, it's just look away and boom. Like, you're gonna have to peek this first. They can just double peek you again, basically. Like, look away, flash is here, boom. So this is basically, this area has, I would say it was T-sided before, but I'd say the whole bomb site now is CT-sided because of these issues. That's how it seems to me anyway. Obviously, there's a larger question which might change that in how many people do you invest towards the B bomb site, because as a CT, yes, you can quickly get to the high ground, but then do you have a hole in your defense, because obviously you have all this water area and you could just get flanked by the T side, right? Like, if you choose to have one person here and one person here, that's 2 people towards B. So are you then having somebody look over here? I mean, this is a dangerous peak because you're probably going to have people there, and maybe less so from like over there. But is this a fight you want to take as a CT side? Difficult to get info, especially as the T's will get this area. Oops, sorry. So once they make it through here, then it becomes even more difficult to defend because they get reasonably close. You can hold shift, you don't make water noises. So that is a question for the CT. So, I mean, depending on the type of player you have, like, you might just have one person here, and then one person here, like with an off angle or something. Yeah, obviously, depending on the behavior of your opponent, you may, on some rounds, not have that person here and then go over there, whatever. So, that's that area. That's B. We still have... It's cool, though, because it does afford the CTs aggressions towards B, whereas I wouldn't say you had aggressions before around this site. I don't think it was really reasonable to try and be aggressive, you know, versus an opponent who is educated on the map. So you've got this connector area. What do they call it in the game?
Negative.
Tunnel stairs.
Negative.
Okay, tunnels, whatever. Tunnels is less syllables than connector. So this is still a good area to try and push as a CT or a T. On the subject of that, actually, the T's get in here for gratis a lot of the time. So then that makes things interesting, because you might start with one player here, whoever has the best spawn, assuming it's faster than going away. Or safer anyway, so let's just say this way, right? So you might have one guy start with the best spawn here, and then maybe stay here or move, depending on what's going on, like smoke it off, and move to passive position here or whatever, because the second guy might need to keep an eye on what's going on here. Could have a nice tight angle like this, although what do you do when this is compromised, I don't know. It's actually quite interesting, since you don't have the window here. Like, let's say if you have somebody playing the balcony over here, look how long the rotation is. Because if I remember correctly, I think you could go in here or something before. But now you've got to run all the way here, and then I guess you could take an offensive angle here. But let me see, how many seconds is that? So let's say you're posted up here with whatever. Okay, 50. That is a good 8 seconds not stopping. So that's a hell of a long time. So like if this angle is compromised, you can buy some time. But that is a long 8 seconds, and that's the only place that you can get help from as a CT, which doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Of course, instead of being up there, if you need to rotate, you could be down here, and then it's like, so 7. So that's like less than half the time. That's 3 to 4 seconds. So that's something to think about for the CT side. But again, looking around this area, I don't believe anything has changed here. Still got these angles. Okay. Over towards A. So they added a smoking chimney thing, which is so bizarre to me. Apparently they added this, which you cannot jump on. So it's very interesting that somebody's just thought, I guess, how can we add some more polish to the map? Let's just add one of those things. Okay. I might play some Canals on stream today. So this area, I think is the same, more or less. So this position has gone that you could peek from, and this, yeah, so you can't use any of this. This is as far as you can go. You still have this area and this area too. I've covered these positions in a previous video. Still got, how do I line it up? Like this.
Deploying flashbang.
Love that flash. Look at that. Look at that. Bottle flash, baby. Perfect. So these are the main changes I can think of. And I think it changes the dynamic towards the B bomb site. I mean, that's the main focus here, right? I think it's more traditional. They're set up over here, which I don't dislike. This is, honestly, this is so much better. I'm happy with that. I don't have an opinion on the rest of it. I mean, the ladder, not the rest of it. I've mentioned the rest of it. So, yeah, I think everything else is interesting. So, hopefully this video will encourage more people to look around the map. I'm going to quickly... I'm going to quickly just have a search and look for the updates to make sure I've got everything here. Okay. Closed off windows overlooking courtyard and A, yes. Cleaned up sites lined from corner balcony towards A and arch. Okay. So corner balcony. I do feel like there's more freedom. I'm mumbling a bit, sorry. Towards A and arch. So here's A, arch. So you've got a clean line. It's an off angle here. You can't see though people crossing, which is fine. Again, I think there's a really cool boost you can do here if you have somebody. I don't know if he's gonna move or whatever. Oh, bollocks! Bloody casual, isn't it? Anyway, if you boost on someone, you can cover this angle, which I think is fun. What else is there? Joined 2 rooms on CT side of B into one space. CT side of B. I guess here and there, I suppose. I don't know what that means. Simplified cover on back side of B. That would be this. That's good. Removed IV lattice, now a skill jump boost spot, yeah. Grenade clipped CT bridge railings for more predictable smokes. CT bridge railings. Okay.
Throwing smoke. Deploying flashbang.
So I guess it might go through them before. Okay, that's nice. Moved courtyard statues forward for cleaner sight line. These statues? Or courtyard? What do you define as a courtyard? I suppose it's those. I don't know what else it would be. Added ashtray for smokers. Okay. Cool. So I think we've covered everything. Yeah, play Canals. It's interesting. All you need to do, find some friends, figure out how you want to set up on the CT side, and figure out like what area of the map should you consider yours on each side, and where you think the choke points begin and end for both sides, and you'll have some fun. I think it's really, I'm really engaged by the map. I like how different it is, and I am very stimulated by trying to figure things like that out. So get involved, man. See you on the servers.